Hello! And welcome.
I keep wanting to go, is it me you're looking for?
You're not Dario.
Yeah, Dario had a identity change. I don't know, you could call me Jason Bourne.
I don't know, you Asians all kind of look the same.
Awkward pause.
Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of Forward Jump.
Also my first.
He's first. Today I'm not joined by Dario. Dario's dead. This is Zakatak Groenewald. How you doing, man?
Let's not tell them about the grave in the backyard.
Wish I had a backyard.
Yeah. I did notice, however, we are both drinking German beers, but from different Germans.
Yeah, mine actually comes from...
Yeah, yours is Heineken, yours is actually German. Mine is Windhoek, which is in Namibia, which is originally German colony, but it's made by the same Reinheitsgebot, which is a big German thing about only using barley, hops, water, nothing else.
Beer tastes good. I like beer. Beer.
Yeah. To be honest, Cape Town is very quickly turning into one of the craft beer capitals of the world.
Oh man, I need to get you on for my This Beer in Review section. And can I just say that it's really weird speaking English with you because
We're
both
both
Afrikaans. Very unnatural, but let's try to...
Do we mention the familial communication, the connection?
Um,
I'm his brother-in-law.
why? Yeah, so I'm kind of forced to have him on the show.
At least once.
His mom forced me to
No.
put him on. Sad.
The difference between us, though, is that we enjoy different kinds of games. So you're more like AAA titles. You've been playing a lot of Destiny.
Say what?
To a degree.
Have you played Inside?
No, but that's because it's on Xbox One and I don't have one. It
I
is
feel like
coming to PS4, though.
I feel like the town crier. I'm like, inside, ka-clunk, ka-clunk, inside's great, ka-clunk, ka-clunk.
It
Come
is
to my
coming to
house and play.
PS4. It's been
I
announced
know.
for PS4.
I've spoken about that. I hate timed exclusives.
Yeah.
Let's not mention that. But first, let's do some introductions. Zach Attack.
Zakatak ZA with underscores.
Used to be on Xbox, now you're a PS
Xbox
man.
360, bought a PS4, mostly on your recommendation.
Good console. It's a good console. But let's get comfortable. Let's get in the groove. What?
Play some Barry White.
You'll never find. Who's that? Is that Barry White?
I don't know.
Anyway, your favorite game ever. I mentioned this before the show, and you were like, "Whoa,
Yeah, like,
well, that's a
dude, serious, man.
dropping the bombshell."
I don't know. For favorite game, do you go by?
Okay, favorite video game.
Yeah, favorite video game. He says that because I play board games. Do you mean most hours spent, or
No,
do you
well-
mean most enjoyed?
Most enjoyed.
Soma.
For real.
Soma.
Oh, that's the one you told me.
Reasonably small indie game, pulls a lot of influences
System Shock.
from System Shock 1 and 2, some Bioshock influences, but mostly from the original System Shock. It does that thing where the game makes you uncomfortable to make a decision. And that is a very difficult trick to pull off.
What has made me uncomfortable making a decision?
That's the thing, it's one of those games where you play the game for a few hours. I mean, you can finish the entire game in like 6, maybe 7 hours. And then you walk away and it gives you food for thought. You spend time considering what happened in the game, the implications of that on how you consider life. Like, what is your personal definition of when something is alive? I don't want to ruin it, but that comes up a lot.
What is life?
If you played System Shock 2, or if you're excited for the System Shock remake that they're doing in the Unity engine.
Damn, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, Soma is pretty much that. So I would say, in terms of most impactful video game, I would say Soma.
Like, ever. Throughout, like, your 30-year lifespan. Ever.
I don't know, there's close seconds of different genres. It depends what time of my life you're talking about. Because if you're talking high school, XCOM, UFO
ways.
Defense, original XCOM.
So not the... Oh, yeah.
In high school.
Yeah, I forgot, man.
Yeah, like, that was an influential game then. Maybe a little bit before that, Warcraft 3 with the Frozen Throne expansion, which we actually had computers set up in someone's garage to play online.
Oh, the garage.
That was before Dota was a thing. The compulsory mention.
Hey, we're going to talk about Dota today.
It's not like I've listened to 8 episodes of the show, or, oh wait, I have.
Nice.
Anyway.
So, there's a big reason why Dario's not here tonight.
Is there?
Yeah, and we'll get to that in the news. Very sad. He might have torn this whole studio down if he was here.
We had to rip the lighter and the petrol out of his hands.
It's my home, please. My cat's in there. Wow, Soma. I still need to play that. I still need to play
It wasn't
shitload
special,
of
no?
stuff.
On PS4, it wasn't.
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't have internet. Still.
I've also had a couple of podcasts myself, and I feel this might be the first podcast you actually need to do hard cuts because I digress a lot.
I'm gonna make the most awkward cuts. We like doing that at 4-4 Jump. Just cut you down.
Yeah. What about that hour-long runtime?
I like that hour.
I don't think I've ever made a podcast episode under an hour.
Well, yours is like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, we were aiming for an hour.
Yeah. So, game playing at the moment. Games playing at the moment.
I did mention, and this is not a plug, I'm not like super fan number one, although...
Well, you've already plugged Windhoek Beer,
if you get,
which is not a sponsor, by the
I
way.
want to say, if I get a mug for being super fan number one of Forward Jump, that would be awesome, because I mentioned that I've put in, right now, between me and my other side of the family, future brother-in-law, we've put in 45 to 50 hours into No Man's Sky between the two of us. And when I say between the two of us, I mean I would play for like 2 hours or 3 hours with him commenting and suggesting, and then I'll hand off the controller.
All right.
No, then I'll hand off the controller. I'll like make coffee or whatever, and then he'll do the flying for a while. But it's like a collaborative experience, and I've seen a lot online. I've seen a lot of comments where people say that this is the perfect sort of single-player, two-player game. Single-player couch co-op kind of playing at the same time game.
I would imagine that's really boring.
No, it's actually
really
on Reddit, on the No Man's Sky the game subreddit. There's people talking about they would play the game with their daughters, like sitting watching, suggesting names of creatures and stuff. And then,
that's cool, but that's kind of different.
Yeah. Then one of the guys is like, "Yeah, I wish my daughter could do that. She's 4. She only comes up with like cow plant. Call it cow plant."
Well, it's better than my planet.
And then
my planets.
Then we commented, but that's what me and Justin do anyway.
I try to name planets, and then I accidentally press the button, and it's like
profanity
R, and it uploads. I'm like, oh shit, it's like my second R planet.
Now what we figured out is we started naming things specifically in Afrikaans, because there's going to be an Afrikaans, a German, or a Dutch, or maybe a Flemish person that's going to stumble on my planet and start finding animals with names that they know what they mean.
Well, if you play Destiny,
happen to miss the profanity filter because it's in Afrikaans.
Have you ever played Destiny and checked out those names? It's I don't know how they slip by the.
Well, I've played Destiny sort of until the first expansion came out. You and I had that discussion. Was it House of Wolves? First expansion?
Yeah, it was House of Wolves.
Yeah, where the price tag, especially in South African rand, the price tag for Destiny's expansion, the DLC, was too much for what you were getting. It felt like they were adding stuff that was part of the game in the first place.
Yeah,
should have been.
I got it for not for free, but
yeah,
I got
but you
it
bought
with
the Ghost Edition, so you had a season pass.
Bitch.
Yeah, so that's the point where I dropped out of Destiny.
That's actually the only season pass I've ever had.
Really?
I'll never buy a season pass. I will not buy a season
collectibles,
pass.
But not.
I love collector's editions. I don't buy the collector's editions for the games. I buy it for the figurines.
Yeah, but we'll get back to Destiny.
Yeah, we will.
Because I did look down and check.
Yeah.
I get very meta. But
so you could drop back in.
I could.
From space.
I could. I did with the expansions now. They were running some pretty good specials.
Yeah, and
I considered dropping back in. I seriously considered dropping back in.
So you playing No Man's Sky, and you're quite harsh on the game because you disagreed with a lot of our points from last week.
I tried not to.
Controls.
Okay. No, but that's, okay. I have to say, I worked in IT. I was a programmer for 8-10 years. So that's one of the reasons that I enjoy indie games. Is because I like seeing people do something different, right? Especially RNG stuff. You know, I play a lot of roguelikes. Caves of Cud is a game that's always running on my laptop.
Caves of what?
QUD. Caves of Cud.
Are you a cow?
No. It's... Have you heard of Dwarf Fortress?
What is this? Okay, Where am I?
It's classic,
Help!
Classic ASCII-based, like, adventure.
ASCIIs.
ASCII. American something standard of information interchange. Symbols, DOS symbols, right? And you're the little at in the middle, which is a classic thing for roguelikes. And you walk around and everything's represented by different colored characters on a DOS screen. I digress.
Yes, you do.
Anyway, developer, enjoy indie games, that kind of thing. So when I played No Man's Sky, the same way that I played Minecraft back when it was an alpha going into beta, is that I look at it from a programmer's point of view.
Yeah.
There's only so much that a small team can do.
But I mean, that's impressive because I thought when I saw No Man's Sky, they're an 11 team
10 or 11 people. last I
studio,
checked.
but and
They
you
now,
think
they
but
now hired an outside team to help with bug fixes.
well that makes sense. But I thought they did that for the game in general. I thought they're this core group of 11 whatever people. I'm not sure how much exactly, but they still got people working in the background.
Nope.
And then when the credits roll, it's just them.
Yeah.
It's just those
literally 10 people.
a handful of people.
Yeah, so what you have to
Amazing.
consider is people expected the sun and the moon and the stars from this game. For a group of people that
Oh, they
small,
got the sun and the moon and the stars. Shit, it's
Yeah.
in the game. Just look around.
Yeah, okay, fine, meta. But you can only do so much. You know, if you consider where Minecraft came from, when people started playing Minecraft, they were very aware of what Minecraft was.
And-
Going into it because it didn't have the big publicity thing. Then when it exploded, people said the game's still kind of broken, but you know the premise is good.
But I think with Minecraft, you could have seen, you saw from the get go, you saw what it could become.
Okay, but now here's my point.
Nice sound.
Yeah, that's my.
You could see there's this.
lovely.
There's still this whole 1% of the canvas has been painted, and
I see what
the
you mean.
rest of it is like this,
But-
just blank canvas.
But here's my point. Minecraft was almost 10 years later now, right? It's still kind of broken. But people have now accepted that
but it's
as
endearing,
People
yeah.
have now accepted that as part of the game.
Yeah.
The game's simplicity. There are entire Wikipedia articles or wiki articles on how to manipulate the simple physics in the game
Manipulate.
to make the game do the stuff that you want, building automatic farms and stuff.
Yeah.
But now you go to No Man's Sky, and simply because of the hype, simply because of the publicity, when the game dropped, everybody was like, this game is broken. You read in
Yeah.
Reddit, in the No Man's Sky Reddit, people are like, this is an amazing game, just fix it.
Well, I mean, we knew it wasn't going to meet
Yeah,
expectations.
and I mean,
But-
if you look at the interviews, you were talking about the interviews in previous episodes as well. As they approached launch date, if you look at Sean's attitude, because he's very public about,
Yeah.
explaining
He
the
gets
game. He was at
excited.
E3 3 years in a row. He appeared on IGN's shows. They had an entire month where they launched
that
almost daily videos.
that 100 questions or whatever those
stuff like
questions
that.
you answer.
IGN had that with Game of the Month kind of thing where they
Yeah,
keep dropping
the IGN
videos
first.
with him sitting there playing the game, talking about it. And near launch date, he started trying to manage expectations. He started saying, "Listen, it's not as amazing as you think. It gets more exciting and
Yeah.
more weird towards the middle, but people just
But
calm the
that's
hell down."
I went back and actually read stuff because there was a Reddit thread that compared the stuff they said was going to be in the game and what we got,
Yes,
and people
I watched that.
freaked out. But then when you go back, he never once said more than what we got.
I mean, look at the
There's
video
a
they
few
did for
small
Last
things.
Guardian.
Oh
No,
my
I need
word,
three.
Last Guardian sucks.
But now think about okay.
It's not even out.
Think about the video they did for Last Guardian.
The
Do you-
first one.
The one with the girl on the platformer and then the big monster thing and then
Yeah.
do you really think that's going to be in the game?
Yes, I do
On
think
that
it
quality
is.
level, that type of realism, that
Oh,
amount
but
of
are you talking about the
dialogue,
first,
that interactivity?
the reveal one?
Yeah.
Oh no, ways. But
Exactly.
you saw the following one.
So
right?
why is it that with No Man's Sky, people do side by sides of their reveal trailer and what is actually in the
Because
game?
there was-
Why do
there
they
was-
fall under this much scrutiny?
Because it was because of the push from PlayStation, the push from Hello Games.
A lot of games get pushed like that.
yeah,
but
but-
people don't take it as seriously because they are aware of the fact that it's early days.
The Last Guardian is getting a lot of shit. The thing is, The Last Guardian has surpassed that No Man's Sky point. So it's kind of now people have kind of resigned to the fact that it is possibly going to be really crap.
Yeah, well,
And we didn't reach that point with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of mistakes, but I think we can agree that it's a good game. It's a fun game.
It's an amazing game.
I wish I can play it,
if you're willing to look past the flaws.
but which is easy. It's not a. That's why we gave it a.
But that's
I
my
think-
point with Minecraft as well.
Yeah.
Minecraft is a great game if you're willing to accept
Yeah.
that, everything is square for one.
But we gave it a pretty high review, and we still had problems. But
But we need to talk about those controls, though.
very-
We need to talk about those controls.
we didn't mention the menu, the user interface. The user interface is
If you've
awful.
played Destiny for a while, you've kind of become used
No,
to a little
but
floaty
Destiny
circle.
does it well. Destiny did it really well. I love the Destiny interface, but for some weird reason it doesn't work. I think that it's too slow. Number one,
it's all right.
when you're loading something, when you press something,
There's a separate sensitivity for UI.
You lie. Well, I've only played the game for like 3 hours because
Because no internet.
Yeah, and now I got to update, and I don't have internet. But I digress. That is a whole different sad story.
To be honest, the update doesn't add a lot, and it makes it not highlight
It just fixes it, right?
Yeah, it fixes
Some
a couple of
back-end
things,
stuff.
and then for some reason mine forgets to highlight the object that I've pinned. So it tells me what I need to actually know. In the last update, pinning things is broken. So you pin it, and it keeps telling you to go make that one thing that you already have, but it doesn't tell you how much iridium you need.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, so pinning essentially broken in the last update, or at least in my version.
Before we go to the news, I'm just going to say one thing. One thing that really annoyed me in Minecraft was when you chop a tree, I wish the leaves didn't stay up in the sky. Now,
They disappear after a few seconds.
Yeah,
But that makes sense in the universe of the game.
but in No Man's Sky, I just wish if you shot a rock, it doesn't stay in the sky. I just want it to fall. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, but where do you draw the line?
Right past that point.
If you
just make it drop.
But if you add physics for that, then physics needs to go a hell of a long way further. Then you'll be
Yeah.
able to fly into things. There is a
Yeah.
Reddit thread where people are trying to petition being able to control your plane when you're flying, your spaceship, starship thing when you're flying, rather than it's automatically flying over obstacles.
Oh, does it do that?
It does do that.
I did not know that.
If you slam on the brakes, it nosedives and you can actually control where you're landing. Otherwise, if you can completely take your hands off the control and you'll just keep orbiting the planet.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me at all.
Except there's a really cool rock. I want to fly between the rock and the ground because there's a floaty rock. I want to fly between the rock and the ground. As you approach it, your plane is like, nope.
I also hope that one day they implement some sort of gravity, where some planets have heavier
Supposedly,
and lighter.
according to the lore of the game, there is variable gravity, but your suit compensates for it.
Oh, that's an easy scapegoat.
I know. You also get the thing where if there's varying atmospheres, then your life support will go down faster. So there are in-game effects that you can see that the atmosphere is different and that gravity is different. But, I mean, the whole point of what's the thing called? Jetpack upgrades is that it now lets you go higher. So you take off here, you go to a smaller planet with a harsher gravity, and now suddenly you can't jetpack out of a little hole.
Yeah.
So there are limits.
You
And
gotta
it's a
pay
lot
the
of
toll.
tweaking. And considering that the entire universe that the game generates is built on RNG, random number generation. I don't know if it's necessary.
I was just gonna say,
that.
you're just calling out alphabets.
But yeah, because the entire universe is generated randomly,
Yeah.
they've added the little thing where you can like push up against the wall and then boost out, and it doesn't use your jetpack, so that you can't get stuck.
Okay.
But if you now suddenly have varying gravity, it is possible for you to not boost out of something and literally get stuck.
Well, that's life. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, this has been the No Man's Sky podcast. On to the news. So, news.
Just so everybody knows, the theme song, the little jingle you just heard, he sings it when it's playing.
I do a lot of strange things. Usually before the shows, I go.
Yeah, the green room warm-up, anybody that's played in a band knows this.
So we have GamesCom. Bratwurst.
Which is funny, because I'm still kind of tripping on Gen Con, but that's because I'm into board games. Because Gen Con, board game convention, and then Gamescom, happening sort of within 3 days of each other. So,
Well, I mean,
information overload.
it's like after Gamescom, you're gonna get there's another conference coming.
Tokyo Game Show?
Is it Tokyo?
No, it's not Tokyo Game
There's
Show.
a
it's
PlayStation. Isn't the PlayStation event also happening in Paris? But they kind of flow into each other. So
Well,
thanks
it's
to
convention season.
Thanks to the convention season, we've got 9 news items, which is quite impressive.
I want to make what was it? IGN Beyond has a baker's dozen.
RIP. It's not Beyond anymore. It's
Yeah. Well, it's
kind
still-
of funny games.
No, Greg has kind of funny games, but then Beyond still exists with other podcast. members. I'm following both.
But without Greg. Anyway.
True.
Did you see at Gamescom somebody put up a Half-Life 3
Yeah, like
ad?
just sort of sneakily. Just like
Dicks. Dude,
Hashtag confirmed.
really, really jerkbag move, but friggin' funny.
Yeah, but I can't imagine that they would ever do that.
What?
I mean,
make
ever
Half-Life?
make a Half-Life
Oh
3,
no,
no.
there's no way. I think it might pop out as like a virtual reality thing, like they did with Valve's The Lab,
It'll go the way of Nintendo. Somebody's going to make a fan project of,
and then get yanked out.
it's going to be online for like 17 hours and then get a cease and desist.
But well, that'll be cool because maybe that sparks interest, and they go, "Hey, but people still well." If they don't know that people still want Half-Life 3, they are living in a cave.
Yeah.
A cave made out of money, Gabe Newell.
Yeah, just so you know.
Number 1
Of the news items.
of the news items. Destiny, the collection, announced for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
This is what we were talking about earlier, is the fact
Yeah.
that this might be, depending on what the price tag of that is, it might be the point where I drop back into Destiny.
Well, you have everything. It's going to be the cost of a standard new release game.
Yeah, like $800.
Yeah.
South African rand.
So, Destiny's final expansion, Rise of Iron, will be releasing on September 20th for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And if you haven't joined in on the Destiny action after all this time, Activision and Bungie are releasing a version just for you.
Yeah, literally.
You're
and figuratively.
special. Destiny the Collection will include the original game, Expansion 1, The Dark Below, Expansion 2, House of Wolves,
So one was the dog below.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
and then The Taken King, which was great, which kind of
Taken King. That's where I
Revamped the
said
whole game.
I might have gone back in.
yeah, and the new Rise of Iron expansion on one disc for it's $59.99.
Why did they say on one disc?
What was that?
Oh, that was just my message tone.
Okay,
Forgot to put my phone on silent. So amateur.
rookie
But-
move.
The article says on one disc. Who even buys Destiny on a physical disc? Okay,
Me,
besides the original Ghost
me.
Edition.
I like to kick it old school. I like books. I like
True.
physical games.
But when House of Wolves came out, no. When what was the big one? Iron. No,
the Taken King.
Taken King. When
Yeah.
Taken King came out, I remember listening to a discussion where someone said they still had the physical version of the game, but if they wanted to buy Taken King digitally, it forced them to re-buy the base game.
No, because I bought the physical edition of Taken King, but no, there was you could just get the
But if you bought the first one digital, you could keep going. But if you bought the first one physical, you had to keep buying physical copies.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. There was a lot of controversy because some people paid the same amount of money for the physical copy collector's edition as the digital collector's edition or something like that. But I don't think that was an issue. But I stand corrected. Make a YouTube comment after the show, after you've Googled it, going, I hate to say I told you so.
Yeah.
So
Me also, if one of you figure it out, let us know, because we has a
come
confused.
find me, kick down my door, and scream things at me.
No physical violence though.
Destiny the Collection will release on September 20th, simultaneously with Rise of Iron expansion. And new players can jump in with their friends and use a level 40 character boost to catch up right away. And interesting, because I thought this is only... I didn't know this was going to be part of it, but you will also get the pre-order incentive, which is the Iron Black Galahorn,
Oh, okay.
which is a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I don't know if you live on this planet, but people kind of love the Galahorn. It's like
No, I know.
the be-all, end-all. Number 2, sticking with collections, but moving into the rumor realm. Assassin's Creed Ezio collection for...
I'm kind of getting annoyed with this thing where they name a collection after the main character of the collection.
Who else does it?
We're both fans of the Nathan Drake collection.
Nathan Drake collection was good.
But
Well,
still, that's
and then there's also the
Ezio-
Master Chief.
That's Master Chief collection on
collection.
Xbox One. This is the Ezio collection, which, if it's one Z, if it's one last letter of the alphabet, is it Ezio or Ezio?
Well,
How's your Italian?
me being a professional in Italian language verses,
In your dreams?
I would say it's Ezio.
Well, in the game they say Ezio.
Ciao, Ezio! That's the only reason I know.
Well, I've got,
But-
hey Nico, let's go bowling.
So, what?
That's Russian though, ain't it?
It's like Slavic.
Where was he from? Nico from GTA
I don't know.
4?
I don't know. Yeah, it's
GTA
GTA 4, but I don't know where some Eastern European. I don't think they ever mentioned what country exactly they come from.
But they were immigrants in the US
Yes.
though.
Yeah,
That
of
was the
course.
whole point of the game.
Hey, well, who's not?
In long
Anyway.
term, sure. Hi,
So-
Donald Trump.
So this, I'm not quite sure, but I think the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection was actually released for the PlayStation 3. It was like an exclusive.
Really?
Yeah. So this thing's quite rumored. It's been outed by a Korean game rating and administration committee website.
Super underground.
And obviously it's been spotted by a user called Cat Mario from the NeoGAFs.
Oh, but NeoGAF though.
Of course. So this includes some of the best Assassin's Creed games, and you can actually just get this and never play Assassin's Creed game again. It's got Assassin's Creed 2, the best, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is equally the best, and then Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is not so the best, but it's still the best.
But that's all in the Assassin's Creed 2 story arc.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
the Ezio
it
story
still
arc.
features Ezio.
So this is the one time where it makes sense that they call it the Ezio collection.
Well, it's the same
because
with Nathan
they
Drake.
don't include the guy from Assassin's Creed 1. They don't talk about the specifically
They do.
skinned Assassin's Creed.
They do.
They mention him. It was Malcolm in the real world. What was
no.
his name in the game?
No. Oh, the modern day guy?
No, the character that he played in the original.
Altair.
During the, Altair,
Yeah, but he's
during the
in.
Crusades.
It's not a spoiler. He's in Assassin's Creed Revelations. The stories kind of come together. You play the same. You play Desmond.
Desmond Miles. That's
Is
his
it
name.
Desmond Miles
I
in
think
the the modern day? And
Yeah.
those are his two ancestors, Ezio and Altair.
Yeah.
So
And then there's the big, like, modern day fighting thing, like
So-
running around being chased by people.
yes. So my question
So
is,
it basically turns into Mirror's Edge with worse platforming.
what Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, the modern day thing. I think it was there's a little bit of it at the end of Assassin's Creed 1, and then at the end of the 3-story arc.
No, Revelations brought in first person.
Yeah, where you were like
kind
running
of
away,
VR missions.
trying to not die
Yeah.
with people chasing you. So it basically felt like Assassin's Creed with. No, Assassin's Creed felt like crappy Mirror's Edge.
So before we move on, would you actually get this?
I don't know.
Have you played the Assassin's Creed games?
I played Assassin's Creed 1. I finished, and then spent some time missioning around trying to do side quests because that's what those are made for.
Because Stabby McStab never gets old.
Yeah, well, controlling the regions and getting all the viewpoint, but not viewpoints, the vantage points.
Yeah, I don't know, eagle nests. I
What
don't know.
movie was it we were watching where there was a cameo of a guy dressed like Altair that had missed the hay pile? In some movie, there was a
Oh
little
no, there's
reference
a
of it.
reference in The Witcher.
It
Where
was in
there's
The
a
Witcher.
guy lying next
The
to
guy
a
lying
hay
next to a hay patch in clothes that look like Altair.
Man, I'm playing The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine still. It is intimidatingly
I haven't reached
large.
any LCD. I go back
LCD?
to it every LCD, DLC, any downloadable content. But
Oh, it's
like I keep going back to the
good.
game every so often.
So
It's
good.
constantly like on the main bar of the PS. It never drops off into the library. I constantly go back to it.
I can't wait.
And I can never play to the point where I actually need to hit extra content. I'm still sort of on the vanilla path.
Well, I haven't with the DLC Blood and Wine. I haven't even touched the main storyline yet. I've just gone full side quests. It's so funny. There's one side quest. This is a really horrible
There's only
segue.
one side quest.
There's this one side quest
Grammar Nazi.
where you get money and you have to go withdraw this money out of your bank account, and you just get kind of messed around by these paper pushers. So it's like you gotta get this form and this form because
Oh, red tape.
you've been written down as dead, deceased. So you got to reactivate your account, and it is hilarious. It's such a
Modern
good,
bureaucracy.
such a good game. Anyway, number 3. This is one that I've always said kind of passes the remaster ban hammer, which is Mass Effect. Mass Effect remasters likely, says EA. Now, I don't know if you followed this, but EA has kind of shot down all dreams of remasters in the past by saying they'd rather have their people focus on making new IPs. And they did a complete 180 with Mass Effect.
Which is why I tend to not believe this.
Yeah, what? That it won't happen.
Yeah, I think this is vaporware. I think they'll tempt it. They'll see how many people are interested, and then it'll probably just fall flat and disappear. And you'll never hear of it again.
But here's the thing: they made those comments and said that they'll never do this. But then it says here, what's his name? Where is it? Patrick Soderlund. So a year ago, EA's Patrick Soderlund.
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 Soderlund. stated that while the
He's
company
the
had
press person.
yes, obviously. Stated that while the company had looked at remastering older games after weighing up where to invest resources, it decided it was better for developers to be. I almost did like a Swedish accent. I don't know. What's Soderlund?
Sutherland.
Working on a completely.
He's American.
Working on a completely new IP. Rather than invest time with remasters. However, in an interview with Game Informer at this year's GamesCom, Soderlund acknowledged BioWare's Mass Effect series could potentially get the remaster treatment. What's changed is
Again,
that
potentially that is a reporter taking a bit of a snippet of a quote and just pulling it out of
yeah,
proportion.
but
That
this
is-
is the main part
That is
coming up here.
Half-Life 3 hashtag confirmed all over again.
But check this out. What's changed is that there is proof in the market that people want it. Maybe more than there was when we spoke,
Maybe more than Half-Life 3.
said Soderlund.
Is it going to change the end though?
Don't
I
spoil
mean-
the end. Don't spoil
I
the
mean,
end.
what-
Don't spoil the end.
Really? Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 3. Right? How does the game end? The game ends with what's your favorite color? You like blue?
man,
You like
you just-
blue? Blue dies.
You're just looking at the internet, what the internet made. You're just looking at like 9gag and what
Okay,
the jokes
question
they
number
made.
2. Is it going to make you drive the Mako in Mass Effect 1 again? The whole time?
Yes, but with better controls, hopefully. I don't know yet. They haven't said that because this is very much.
Because I mean, this is the one company that made a choose your own adventure so that you didn't have to play the first game. So that you could generate the save game.
The first game is the best game.
Yeah.
Not
We've had
control-wise.
this, you and I
Not
have spoken
control-wise,
at length.
the best game.
about
But
this.
anyway, so they realized basically the quote comes down to they realized that people there's some giant interest in Mass Effect being remastered because Mass Effect 1 is really hard to play. It's super clunky.
Yeah.
At the moment.
I liked 1 the
So-
most, actually.
Story wise, yeah.
I played it originally on
Game-wise,
PC.
not so much.
And then my drivers had to update, and it completely borked the game, and I stopped playing it. Which, by the way, one of the reasons I'm now a console gamer. Like, suck it, PC Master Race.
Oh, snap, son. Oh, you threw it down.
Anyway, so then you lent me the.
Excellent grammar. 10 out of 10.
I think it was Mass Effect 1 that I borrowed from you.
Wasn't it 2?
The double take on the grammar there. But the first one initially on 360, and I played through that for a while, and then did I buy Mass Effect 2?
You should have because it's a great game.
I think so. But because I didn't finish the campaign of the first one, the save game didn't carry over. It pulled like universe decisions, but it didn't pull Shepard himself because I didn't finish the first game. And then I played
lame.
Mass Effect 2 for a while, never got to 3. Watched a lot of Let's Plays because by the time that Mass Effect 3 ended, there was actually a thing like Let's Plays where you could watch other people play games on YouTube.
I don't like Let's Plays. I don't
I
like
s-
watching people play games.
Yep, I would say that, but in saying that, I spend a surprising amount of time watching other people play games.
I'm trying to think if I've ever watched somebody play games. No. Anyway, number 4. This one is really crap. Not sure how I feel about this, but Konami announces Metal Gear Survive. Have you seen this? So,
No, I have not.
this has been exclusively revealed by IGN.
Look, I'm new to the PlayStation universe. Metal Gear has never been big on my radar.
I can give it to you. I really didn't enjoy Phantom Pain, the last one. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it mechanically. It's such a fun game, but
I got with my PlayStation Plus. I got Ground Zeroes. I played that for a bit.
it's better.
I understand
better
the
than Ground
appeal.
Zeroes.
I understand like the style of the game and everything. Not something that I would invest the time into because it is quite a. You need to be patient. To play that kind
for
of
sure,
game.
for sure. But
I maybe do not have the tolerance. For it.
listen to this and tell me if you think this is something that appeals to you. So, Metal Gear Survive, a 4-player stealth co-op game set within the Metal Gear universe, is due for release on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC in 2017.
Wow.
Set directly after the events of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
So
So that's the
little
one you
game
play.
that you
Yeah,
got for
the
free if your
teaser.
PlayStation Plus use it to try and drum up.
So I'm gonna spoil Ground
Popularity
Zeroes.
for
So if
5.
you've been living under a rock, tune out.
What is the statute of limitations in terms of?
I think you can
spoiler?
spoil Ground Zeroes because it doesn't spoil a lot. But
And it's a little
So-
in the Metal Gear universe.
Yeah.
Little is
Yeah.
a dozen hours.
hey, man, the real ending of the Phantom Pain, they lock away behind the hardest missions ever. So I don't really care about spoilers for Phantom Pain, but Ground Zeroes in the end, it explodes. Shit explodes. Shit goes down, right?
Literally, or
Yeah, shit goes down. No, not shit explodes, but there's explosions. So in the end, your mother base explodes. You've been I don't know what happens, but all your men die. But with the new teaser trailer they released, you kind of find out that not everybody has died. They've been sucked into a wormhole, and they now have to fight off crystal zombies. So yeah, I know, right? So Metal Gear Survive will offer a fresh take on the series' famed stealth elements, said Konami European President Tomodada Tashiro in a press release, but within a unique co-op setting that is designed for a truly engrossing multiplayer experience. What the F? They are taking Metal Gear Solid, very much single player stealth game,
very much slow, kind of taking your time, like moving carefully,
into a Left 4 Dead-esque gameplay style.
4-player stealth means I'm gonna run there when nobody's looking. That's not what this game is. That's Splinter Cell.
Yeah, but go check out the teaser trailer. It's on YouTube. IGN did break the story, but I'm sure it's everywhere now. So the trailer looks good. It looks like Metal Gear. It's nice and stylistic. There's a really cool like bow and arrow. And the arrow has this kind of this spinny fireworky thing in the front, explosive thing that goes spinny into the guy's head.
That's a technical term, of course. Spinny.
I like it when things go spinny. But it is worth noting that this is the first Metal Gear game, except for that stupid ass weird pachinko game that they released, that does not have Hideo Kojima.
Because of the big Konami Hideo argument.
Yeah. So people are really interested in seeing how this is going to turn out. A lot of negative reception, like worse negative reception than the Call of Duty trailer.
To be honest, doesn't faze me.
So you wouldn't play this? Somebody who doesn't play Metal Gear Solid,
yes,
does this appeal to you?
I don't know. The thing is, this is maybe trying to appeal to fan service and then got instantly rejected by that fan.
But that's the thing. If this doesn't appeal to fans and it doesn't appeal to non-fans, who's going to play this game? Anyway.
I don't know. And then you look at something like Evolve. That was the 4 versus 1 kind of idea, which is, I wouldn't call it stealth, but it has a lot of this sounds similar to me. And then you go, but who's going to play this? Because Evolve tanked hard. It's now a free-to-play game.
Well, the numbers spiked, and it's actually doing
because it's free.
Yeah, of course, but I mean it's doing well again, and I'm happy. It's not a bad game.
I've been
Evolve's
wanting to play it for a
game.
while. I can never get 5 friends online at the same time. World's tiniest violin, I know.
But this game is also not going to be full price, so that already like lowers your expectations of quality.
That potty game kind of.
Yeah, I like Left 4 Dead. I like Horde mode. I like firefight mode in
There was
Halo.
a rumor of a new Left 4 Dead.
I know, just like a new rumor for Half-Life 3. Just remember, this is a Valve game.
7 or 8 years running, yeah. Valve doesn't do a number 3.
It's just such a weird move from Konami. Why would you make something so quickly after you've kind of had this hectic public spat?
Yeah.
Why not just
But
bury it
Kojima
for a
now
while?
has his own company with a badass logo, by the way.
And a very weird trailer that everybody's talking about.
What was Death Stranding?
Babies with ink hands.
What?
He had them ink hand babies all over him.
I showed it to my fiance, and she was like, "What?" I'm not kidding. She made that noise.
What? Slightly aroused, but what?
Well, Norman Reedus though. So
Sexiest hillbilly on as voted by GQ magazine.
really,
No. Number 5.
Sexiest Hillbilly is a thing.
Sexiest hillbilly. Google that. Google that.
Walking Dead, and then the talk show that comes after with Chris Hardwick.
yeah.
Talking Dead, they've had Norman Reedus as a guest. Actually, very well spoken, very intelligent person.
You can't say anything about
Such a good
Norman
actor.
Reedus.
I mean, we are both massive fans of
Boondock Saints, son.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like-
not the second one, but the first one.
There was no second one.
I like you. I accept you. Number 5.
Nobody ever replaced Rocky with a Mexican.
Number 5. Xbox Scorpio to bring an end to console generations, says Microsoft.
Time out. Nope.
What?
There is no such thing as an end to console. I'm
Okay.
sorry, it will never happen.
Really? Is that what you?
If you can,
Do you want to make a? Do you want to make a?
Okay, this is grand
a
statement.
forward four jump bet.
Grand
Have you?
statement.
You know the previous bets, right?
Yes, I have Saul.
Okay.
I have Saul.
Would
I
you
have
like?
seen.
Would you like to make a Mexican shooting range bet?
Does it have to be a Mexican shooting? Can it
Oh,
not
this is
just be
gonna-
a single?
It's gonna
one?
take too long. We're gonna forget about this bet.
Okay, okay. Let me just posit my opinion. You
Let
may
me read
disagree.
the story first,
Okay.
and then you deposit.
Okay.
Um,
Deposit? No thanks. I will posit.
Microsoft believes that we are witnessing the end of console generations as the company plans to iterate on the Xbox platform going forward. In an interview with Engadget at GamesCom 2016, Xbox Games marketing head Aaron Greenberg said Microsoft thinks the future is without console generations, highlighting the fact that iterative hardware allows the Xbox platform to continue to build upon its established community and growing library of games. So Microsoft's upcoming console, codenamed Project Scorpio, is the first major step in this direction, which Greenberg noted as a pretty big bet for the company.
Why do all your Americans sound dumb?
Maybe you shouldn't read into that.
You've been watching too many Donald Trump interviews, haven't you?
Damn. Hey man, my vote's in Trump.
Okay, so here's my opinion. It's kind of a twofer. But on one side, if you can build a computer where instead of opening it up, taking out the graphics card, plugging in a new graphics card, and then it's upgraded, and then sitting for 3 hours getting the drivers to make it run. If you could build a computer like that, PC gamers will be happy because it's less work for them.
Yeah.
But they won't be such a master race anymore because that divide wouldn't be there anymore.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you tell a console gamer, you've got this machine, oh, you want to play this game? No, you have to buy this cartridge thing that goes into it. Oh no, you wanted this one? No, this one needs not that cartridge that you bought yesterday. It needs the other two that you decided not to buy
that's
because
exactly
the
what I
game you
said.
bought yesterday didn't need those two. As soon as you create varying hardware, you defeat the purpose of a console. The reason you have, from a developer's point of view,
I fully agree.
from a developer's point of view, the reason you have a console is so that you have consistent hardware, a closed system. If I build a game for a PS4, I can set up my graphics, I can set up my processing power, I can set up my pipeline exactly the way to make it run at its best performance for that hardware setup. Sure, PC will run better, and you will always get those comparison videos on YouTube.
But I'm okay with that.
It forces you to run it in 1080p, or does YouTube even 1080p? But
Yeah, they do. They go
yeah,
4K,
60,
bro.
60 FPS.
We-
But then you run
I
the
made
two
the
videos
mistake
side
of
by
putting
side and
one
he
of
goes,
my
look how
episodes in
amazing it
4K.
looks on PC. But they never mention that PC cost you 30,000 Rand.
Exactly.
What did my PS4 cost me?
About
5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
Mine cost me 7, but I'm crazy.
Yeah,
I got
but
a
you
white
were
one.
an early adopter. Well, my point is, there will always be a place for people that buy reasonably affordable hardware and get reasonable graphics.
But-
yes, the PC super race, the PC master race will very quickly defend the idea that you can iterate the upgrades. Does that sound like something you read in your article? They can iterate their upgrades to get progressively better performance, but that requires that you understand how the system works internally. This requires research on your part. This means that you've got disparity in terms of hardware for game developers, which means that now they need to develop their game to run on different sets of hardware with similar performance but with different graphics levels. You're overcomplicating the system.
Yeah, but they're already doing that for PC. So why would this be an issue?
Why do you think games are broken when they come out on PC? No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Delayed 4 days because
Heard
of
that.
a UI issue.
But
That's the point. If you have a closed system, you can build a game that runs well on that system.
you know my opinion.
Done.
I like a closed system. I don't like annualized hardware. I don't like a phone every
The
year.
fact that I'm already annoyed with the fact that I now need to get a Neo.
Well, you don't have to. This is the thing. You don't have to get it.
But you're going to walk into BT Games, if BT Games is still a thing in 2 years, and you're going to take a game off the shelf, and on the back it's going to have this little sticker that says better with Neo.
Yeah.
And you're going to go, but
No, but I don't
It'll
think
run,
these
but-
guys aren't stupid. They're gonna. You'll see the marketing. They're not gonna do the better with Neo.
'Cause that's
It's
the rule with
never.
Neo.
They will kill themselves if they do
because
that.
the rule with Neo is that everything must still be able to run on
Yeah.
a stock PS4.
I think for the Neo, the PlayStation VR is going to be a big push. Like, if you want to play PlayStation
If
VR,
you look at the hardware of the Neo,
Yeah,
it
get
is
the Neo.
basically a standard PS4 with 2 graphics cards. It is designed to render 2 eyes.
Yeah.
That is what it's built for. So,
what about people like me who have 3 eyes?
where's the other one? I don't want to know. Well, you're a Four Eyes though. Mind you, I've got contacts.
Man, that's so ignorant.
But my point is, the Neo has double the graphics processing chip so that it can render 2 eyes at current PS4 graphics, right? Within a year, you will have games harnessing that processing power,
Yeah, of course.
which means I can buy the game, it'll run, but it won't look as awesome as it could. Now you want me to sell my console
but
second-hand on Bid or Buy or eBay or something to buy the new version?
But like you've said, like
You've already halved the lifespan.
You kind of hoping for a trade-in thing. That's not a bad
you're
idea.
lucky.
Because I wasn't happy, and then you said, "Hey, but don't forget about trade-ins." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
It could
I'd trade in my iPhone.
Yeah,
it's
it could
good.
help. Yeah.
So
But my point is, iterative hardware, bad idea when it comes to consoles.
no, I fully agree.
The fact that they brought out the Neo and the Scorpio project already is already in my mind. Okay, granted, I come from a 360 background. I expect a specific console to last 7 years. That's not normal.
But we are
I mean,
older.
if you go back to the late 80s, early 90s, consoles lasted 2 years, maybe 4.
Exactly.
That's the expected
Exactly.
lifespan. So
So, well, like it or not, I'm still probably going to get my Neo and Scorpio.
the Xbox One Slim,
which is
dude,
so annoying.
such
I
a
love
nice
that
console.
Slim. It's beautiful. How beautiful would it sit on my
If it comes in
play
white,
place?
because you've got a thing for white consoles.
I do like white things.
Let's not go there.
Things, not things. Number 6. Battlefield 1 open beta release date announced.
Ooh, here we can talk.
Yes, please. The open beta will be available to players on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC through the Origin thing on the 31st of August. And those
The Origin thing, like cringe.
I hate that Origin thing. And those who sign up as Battlefield Insider and select their platform of choice before the August of the 21st will be eligible to gain early access. You lucky fishes. EA and DICE have also debuted a brand new gameplay trailer for GamesCom 2016, and it looks freaking awesome. So many horses die. So many horses are dead.
Yeah. So
Have you seen the trailer, number 1?
that one, no. I've seen other trailers.
The other trailer was okay, but this trailer is...
I've also
So
seen that with BF1, they've been pushing YouTubers playing early access
Yeah.
versions of the game.
Well, they
Because
pushed
that's
everyone.
Where, that's
They
where the
pushed
market is now.
celebrities crazy.
That's where the market is now.
Yeah.
Is getting YouTubers to play this stuff.
So-
But as a Battlefield 4 player, this is where I can weigh in big. I know.
So we're gonna play
I'm kind
some-
of taking over the pot.
We're going to play some Battlefield 1,
I
right?
promise I'll only be on this episode at least in,
You're
in
fired!
the next dozen.
So,
But yeah, so
You're gonna play this.
as a BF4 scout in our squad, I used to play scout. I've noticed in BF4, this is talking meta. Yes, Battlefield 1, maybe not launch day, but soon after.
what, you don't trust the Battlefield 4?
No, but understand this thing. So over the last month or two, Battlefield 4 has been pushing hard to build their player count. They've had expansions that
So
were
cheap.
200, 300, 500 rand expansions
Yeah.
are now dropping for free, one a week.
You could buy the game for like 70
This
bucks.
past weekend, we're recording on a Sunday. This past weekend was a 4x XP weekend. They were dropping quad XP.
But
They are trying to build their player count.
But the
so
player
that
count
when
is already
Battlefield-
still high.
it's reasonably high.
It's pretty good
It,
for a
it
game
has
of
it
that
has
age.
like a consistent number that it's always sitting on, but they've noticed that every time they drop an expansion for free, every time like something comes out that benefits the players, it spikes.
But look at
And
games.
they're now trying to build popularity. They're trying to get more people playing this, so that when BF1 drops, they get the most day one sales.
But look at games like Evolve, Titanfall, even the Call of Duties. Call of Duty kills itself.
Why are we not talking about Titanfall 2?
Because I'm not a big fan of it. Anyway, yeah, because we didn't get the first one in South Africa.
True.
So I don't even want to mention that. But the drop-off rate for those games are insane.
Yeah, it's
Call of
good
Duty
for like 2
eats
weeks
itself.
and then it dies.
Battlefield 4 is still... People are still asking me to come play Battlefield 4 with them.
You should go.
I know, but I don't have internet.
No, but you don't have internet right
Yet,
now.
yeah.
Normally you do. You had a fiber line. You
had
mentioned
such
it in the
a-
podcast.
Such a good...
Good times,
Number
man.
7. I'm
Topic
done
change.
with that. Number 7.
Anyway, BF1 synopsis looks amazing. Love the fact that we've reached the graphics fidelity where we can actually render old school, dirty, steamy things.
Oh
and
man,
broken stuff and
go
buildings
watch,
fall apart.
Go watch the trailer. Sandstorm. A sandstorm rolls through. It is. They've really nailed. Let's just do that for the rest of the podcast. Number 7. New Minecraft update adds Oculus Rift support.
They've had gear support for a while. This is not surprising.
Did they have gear support?
Yep.
What? Oh, with the mobile version.
Yeah, the gear.
The Samsung Gear.
VR.
Yeah,
Gear
yeah.
VR.
What?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't
It's
know
weird
that.
though. When you boot it up, it gives you sitting in a Minecraft room with a big TV in front of you playing Minecraft. And then if you don't know to actually select the screen, it doesn't go to first person.
That's mad.
But then it does that weird thing where because you're sitting in a chair, or maybe standing, but because you're in a confined room with goggles on and you can look around, now you have the issue of if somebody wants to walk over there, how do we make them walk over there without the real person walking into a wall? By giving you a little arrow thingy that shows where you will land, pressing a button and you
The teleport. But wait, does the Gear VR use the gyrometer and the accelerometer?
Yeah, you're standing where you're standing, you can look around.
But you can walk. You can
But-
physically.
You can kind of, you can press the forward thingy if you have a controller.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Yeah, that's
at that point,
why do they use a teleport thing? They can just have you use a controller.
yeah, you'll need a Bluetooth controller to
C'est
do it.
simple.
But then pushing it forward, the first thing you do is you, as a person, tend to follow suit.
Okay.
And that's how you face plant a wall.
I
Not
can't
kidding.
wait for the future.
Not kidding. I have videos of people doing it.
Dang.
Because a friend of mine has the Gear VR thing where you're in a spooky house and you touch the side of the goggles that makes you move forward. And as they do that, they literally take
Lean
steps
forward.
where we had to grab someone by the shoulders to stop them from
that
walking
probably
out of the house.
That probably freaked them out even more.
Yeah.
Like I love VR videos. So Minecraft can now be explored in virtual reality. Boom. A free update to Minecraft, Windows 10 edition, beta.
Why do they say free upgrade if Minecraft on PC has always been if you buy it, you
Because
own it for life?
free always sounds better.
You know what I paid for Minecraft?
Nothing.
No.
30 rand.
$3.50.
Oh dang. Girl.
$3.50.
But you got the alpha, yeah.
When it was an alpha. And
So-
I still get updates.
So the Windows 10 edition beta adds support for Oculus Rift. The update, which is available now, adds mouse and keyboard support as well as Xbox One controller support, in addition to virtual reality support. So I can imagine you playing the game like you always would,
Yeah,
except now
if you give it the virtual reality,
just
giving it
look
the
around.
Xbox One controller makes sense. Because you're not going to mouse and keyboard with the thing in front of your face.
I'm happy about this. I want an Oculus Rift, or actually I want a HTC what's it, Vive.
You know there's an arcade opening in Woodstock?
Yeah, but it's, no,
Our
it's, is
Woodstock.
it Woodstock? It's really
The arcade.
expensive. It's pretty expensive.
I haven't
It's
seen
like-
prices.
I think
They
it's
were
like-
at EGE.
I think it's like over 200 rand for 45 minutes or something like that.
Should we give context?
Well, so there's a virtual reality arcade that just opened in Cape
Here in
Town.
Cape Town. They
They
demoed it at a gaming
Yeah.
convention we had here like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
and cool idea, and I was super excited
amazing
because
idea.
I saw it
Probably
on.
more affordable than buying a 12,000 rand minimum PC and
Yeah,
then
but-
8,000 rand minimum hardware to run it.
But $200 for 45 minutes. That sounds a bit. It seems a bit ridiculous.
As someone that paid 200 rand for 30-minute guitar lessons, doesn't sound that expensive.
Did you do that? Yeah, but that's different. I don't agree. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
Okay.
Like,
Remember Laser Quest?
I love Laser Quest.
Same kind of
Man.
idea. It's basically
But that was cheaper.
paintball with lasers.
That was
isn't it?
cheaper.
Yes,
I
until
understand the
it
hardware
was
is
cheaper
expensive.
because if you ever saw that arena we were playing in daylight, you would never go back in there. Just
We
saying.
all carry a little bit of Laser Quest with us every day.
Just saying.
It's in our blood.
And then we even climbed in those empty oil barrels and hid from people, which
Oh, you guys are the
firstly-
campers. You guys are like the
which
OG
firstly,
campers.
according to game rules, were illegal, and secondly, not the most hygienic thing to
You
do.
probably just
though.
covered your laser tag plates,
little piece of
your
masking
chest
tape
pieces.
over.
Oh,
Yeah.
jerkheads.
Just walk around shooting people. no,
Okay.
My 12th birthday party, we still have pictures.
Number eight. PlayStation 4 system update 4.00. Details released. Sony has revealed details on the 4.00 system update for PlayStation 4, which will refresh the console's user interface, update
wow.
menus, add folders, and more.
Yeah, political speak for basically now you can put all your games in a folder.
Yeah.
Like the PS3 has had for years.
And the Vita.
And the Vita.
Yeah.
Vita.
The Vita. So I
That
think
console
it's very
that
cool.
supposedly never existed.
I've got the whole list here, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's
Okay,
just stuff
bottom
like...
line, it works slightly better. It's slightly
Yeah,
faster.
yeah.
If if you hold down the PlayStation button and it would already
Yeah.
go whoom, and
quick-
kick you out of the game to give you a big screen of blue options.
The quick menu, yeah.
Now it just pops up at the top.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
that and folders. Basically
great.
the only things you have to worry about.
And they're adding a few new items to that quick menu, like parties,
That's
stuff
nice
like
though. The main feature, the main setting that I want on that menu is the party to game audio little slider.
Oh yeah.
The thing that allows you to make the talking people louder or the game louder.
Yeah.
That slider. I
That'd
need
be
quick
cool.
access to that thing.
You talk too loud.
But seriously, because you have that one guy that joins that's instead of using a proper headset, he's using his Samsung headset plugged into the controller and he's like, hey guys, like what the?
Who are you? I actually don't like the interface of the PlayStation. I've never really liked the X, the scrolling left, right, up, down.
Oh, the cross
like
media
that.
bar kind of thing.
Yeah, I like. I actually like the Xbox One's interface.
You know, it was still one of my favorite interfaces.
Don't say the blades. Please don't say the blades.
Gonna say the blades.
Can. Why?
Were
It's
they
ugly.
Were they effective or not? I still
Yeah,
use
they
my
were.
Xbox 360 as a media machine.
Yeah,
And
but
if I
you
need
don't
to
have the blades on the media on your Xbox 360 anymore.
If you hold on the thing, it pulls up the center menu with the blades on the
Really?
side. Yeah, you can still pull them up. It's still the fastest way of getting to things.
Yeah, but yeah.
Mostly because the
good.
Xbox 360 couldn't multitask. So while you're in something, you can't go back to the home screen and do something else.
I was kind of excited. I was kind of hoping that this PlayStation update kind of just hints at the PlayStation VR or something like that. That they're starting to build that stuff into the back end.
I'm being apprehensive. I
But,
don't want to get too excited about VR.
I know, but it looks so good.
Because I know I need to buy a Neo to VR.
Yes.
So,
But let's just get one and then we check it out.
I heard someone say that if you know a person with Move controllers, you should buy as many Move controllers now as possible.
Oh yeah, I actually checked on secondhand sites for
Because when the VR drops,
PlayStation Eye
it's
as well.
going to use them.
The camera.
The PlayStation, not the Eye.
The cameraman.
The camera.
It's
The
an
eye was a
PlayStation
separate thing.
Eye. Oh,
The
I
eye
don't
was
know,
the
it's
little
same thing.
webcam.
Oh,
The PlayStation camera is the 2,000 Rand thing with another 800 Rand
do they film
bracket.
you? Do they watch you while you sleep?
In 240p?
Then it's the same thing.
240p though.
Oh, what's the other ones like 720?
Exactly.
Anyway,
Why are we arguing?
let's run through this. Let's run through this last one.
Just so everybody knows, this is the normal discussions that we have at family
Heard
gatherings.
that? This is how the podcast started. So this one is the reason Dario ended his life.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15. I
Final
see.
Fantasy 15 has officially been delayed for 2 months.
Only 2 months though.
That game kind of feels to me kind of feels like a hot mess.
How much was it
Doesn't look
delayed
good.
originally?
What isn't it like 10 years ago or something like that?
And they're worried about 2 months?
Yeah, but it's still worrisome that after 10 years, that's my cat.
Yeah.
After 10 years, they're still delaying this thing. Now, Square Enix has confirmed the delay with an updated release date of November 29 in both an email and video. The email contained a statement from game director Hajime Tabata stating,
Please don't do that. That is so racist.
how's that racist?
Hajime.
Hajime Tabata.
Yeah, but you did it with that
This is exactly what I did. Hajime Tabata.
yeah, you do it with your what's the guy's name from Karate Kid?
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, you do your Mr. Miyagi
That's
voice.
Chinese, man. This is Hajime Tabata. Tabata. Anyway,
Miyagi
stating
is-
from the
Is
Chinese.
No, Miyagi?
He's Chinese, isn't he?
That's a Japanese name though.
Mr. Miyagi. I don't know. Anyway,
I feel we need to rewatch the original.
from the
Karate
moment we joined this project, our vision was to create a level of freedom and realism in Final Fantasy. Anyway, previously unseen in the series.
Kid. Turn-based combat realism.
Yeah. Regrettably, we need a little bit more time to deliver on this vision and are confident that this new release date will help us achieve this. As the director and leader of this project, I wish to personally apologize for the additional wait. As a team, we want Final Fantasy 15 to achieve a level of perfection that our fans deserve. We kindly ask you for your understanding.
So they did the Valve thing of we'll release it when it's ready.
No, well, they've given a release date. I don't know why they gave a release date to begin with. Well, not on this one, but the actual release date before they
general.
delayed it. But I have read an additional article that states that the reason they're doing this delay is so they don't have a massive day one patch. So this is essentially gonna make
they're
up for that
building in
time.
their day one patch. I guess it makes
Which is
sense.
fine, but I still don't think 2 months is gonna fix the game. From what I've seen from this game, it doesn't look that good. Some parts it looks good, like graphics wise looks good, but the combat looks boring.
Yeah, here's the thing though. when it comes to Final
Here's
Fantasy,
the dildo.
when it comes to Final Fantasy, I played Tactics on the PSP.
I don't know what that is.
A friend of mine lent me a PSP, and I played Final Fantasy Tactics on there. Basically, it's Final Fantasy as you know it, but when you're walking around the world, like the hinterlands, you're a chibi version of yourself.
So it's Final Fantasy, just more boring.
No, it's Final Fantasy, but you can take it with you on the train, mostly.
Okay.
I don't know if Tactics was ever released for proper consoles, but
I
anyway.
don't know.
And then Final Fantasy VII, which was one of my introductions to JRPGs.
Final Fantasy is
So,
an RPG.
When it comes to 10, 10-2, like 12, all the mini Final Fantasies that have been breaking ground in America and making massive
Donald Trump
advancements in turn-based combat and stuff, because JRPGs turn-based combat. I'm more excited for the remake of Final Fantasy VII than I am for this. Especially because the last one was a MMORPG, so. Yeah, an MMORPG.
The Realm Reborn. It was actually not a bad MMORPG.
Yeah.
MMORPGers. That was actually not a bad
MMORPGers.
game. Dario tried to introduce me to it. We had some fun. I haven't played it again.
You make your co-host of the podcast sound like a summer fling.
Oh, we were young.
Yeah, you had some fun.
We had fun. Yeah. I'm not gonna get Final Fantasy.
Away.
I know Dario is very sad that this has been delayed. Number one, I think
One of the things we need to consider, if we're Sony fans, if we play on the PS4, for instance, is that there will be a lot of Japanese influence in the games that we play.
I don't think so necessarily. I think at this current moment, Japanese games are being influenced by Western games more. Final Fantasy, for example, no more turn-based.
True, but
it's changing.
I watched the videos and I was like, yeah, it's broken.
So
It's weird.
boring.
Why
So
even?
boring.
Especially the VR video that they showed at E3. Where it's like, you're standing here. Oop, no, now you're standing over there.
Good, but
it's like hitting a monster
the
and
whole
you
E3
can't run away.
The E3 showcase of Final Fantasy 15 was a shit show. It really wasn't good.
So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
But with
Days
that...
Gone though. Days Gone though.
Did you like that?
Dude. Guy on a bike in the apocalypse.
Strange demo to show at E3.
But you're not allowed to call them zombies though.
Because they freakers.
It wasn't
They freakers.
yeah, it wasn't only a demo, it was their playout.
Yeah.
It was someone sitting there jamming that game while people were leaving the arena.
The technology looks good. The engine looks great. Like
Most
the
of
amount of things rendered.
I listened to you guys talking about that show, right? Most annoying thing was Hideo Kojima not following his own illuminating things on the ground.
Stairs.
He was supposed to like walk and then the panels would like fly in and he's just like, screw this.
Oh my word.
I am now down on the bottom.
But that was badass.
It
And
was
with
badass.
that has been the news. So, you
Super professional.
can send us tweet birds.
Tweet birds.
Tweet them up in the sky
I've done it. They answer.
at FWD jump. And then you can also send us an email at F_jump
Yeah, that's written out. That one
_jump at gmail.com. If you're afraid of the birds. You can also watch this on the YouTubes.
Although you don't have a fancy thing
Yeah, you
there.
can't get it. You need to get
certain
YouTube's
number of
changed. 100,
subscribers,
100
yeah.
subscribers. Please subscribe.
Just Google forward jump, you'll find it.
Forward jump. Click the subscribe button. We're sitting like on 20. We
I'm
need
one
100.
of them. I'm one of them.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
saying.
you. I think I'm one of them too.
I prefer. This is something that we should tell the audio listeners, the people that follow this on podcast, is that there's a lot of little things that happen that show up in the video that you don't necessarily hear on the audio.
Yes, like my face.
That too.
And my cat. My cat.
Okay, we're trying to orchestrate the cat thing. Cat's
Look
not
at
agreeing.
him. If you subscribe, you'll keep on feeding him.
He's lying.
Please cure me.
He's lying.
And then, yeah, you can also, the best way to listen to this podcast is on iTunes. Once again, wow! Once again, you can just search _jump on the iTunes. That really hurts.
I asked though. It does
And-
not have the hashtag clean, but
Well, this is a pretty clean podcast.
reasonably,
Might-
except for the occasional shit show.
Some violence.
Yeah, now it's got violence.
I can do some tricks. Watch. Ouch!
it's a trick,
And with
I
that,
swear.
next time on episode 10, we'll have a party.
Maybe. Cat
Yeah.
party.
Zack Attack, thank you very much for joining us as our
Here
very
we
first
go.
guest of the show.
Really?
Um,
Oh yeah, I'm the first guest.
Yeah, you numero uno. You and Flynn. Good old Flynn boy. What a sweet
No,
boy.
I'm a guest. That's a cameo.
That's a cat.
That's a cat meo.
Cat
Oh,
meo.
high five
Oh,
them.
snaps! We're gonna be on the tumblers. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for watching. This has been a long one, but it was a
good
fun one.
A long one, but a good one.
Yeah. Peace out.